The man participated in the talent awakening ceremony, and surprisingly shocked everyone. Several prestigious schools fought fiercely over him. This was all because he caused a holy angel to descend to earth. 3 major light hidden professions were offered for him to choose. There was the explosively powerful light mage, a holy priest with the power of miraculous resurrections, and the well-balanced paladin skilled in both healing and combat. It turns out, Zhou Yi was not originally from this world. He had traveled to this world 2.5 years ago. But before he could adapt to his new identity, his mother died. Misfortunes continued to occur. Shortly thereafter, his sister Zhou Yun contracted a mysterious illness. Ordinary doctors were powerless to help. They could only rely on low-level priests to barely keep her alive. Consequently, they were in dire need of money. Zhou Yi was forced to sell his house, and he had to borrow money from relatives just to keep his sister alive. As the medical expenses continued to rise, his part-time income was no longer sufficient. Thus this job change became Zhou Yi's only hope. By switching to a combat profession, he could earn money by raiding dungeons and afford a higher-level priest for his sister. Years ago, a virtual game called Eternity emerged, offering an incredibly realistic and immersive experience. Then one day, the world of Eternity suddenly became reality. Countless magical creatures and races emerged. A multitude of mystical dungeons descended upon the world, but humans could upgrade and grow stronger through job changes to fight these beasts. Today is the job change ceremony at Zhongli Academy. There are thousands of professions to choose from. The ceremony will only present 3 professions best suited to the job changer. In this world overrun by monsters and wild beasts, only the combat professions are respected. In contrast, those in non-combat professions are hardly esteemed. Then it was Zhou Yi's turn to test on stage. As soon as he stepped onto the awakening platform, the necklace on his chest began to emit a faint glow. Then a massive surge of energy emerged from it. Detecting system energy. System activation. The strongest job assistance system activated the beginner's gift pack. Would you like to receive the S+Grade Talent Guardian of the Holy Angel? Upon seeing this, Zhou Yi was somewhat incredulous and rubbed his eyes. But he found it wasn't an illusion, it was really the system. The necklace was something he bought at a street stall in his previous life for 2.5 yuan. And it had traveled through time with him. At the time, Zhou Yi speculated that it might be a treasure. But after tinkering with it for a while with no response, he gave up. Unexpectedly, it has now activated the system and even provided a gift. Just as the onlookers were puzzled by Zhou Yi's lack of reaction, a powerful surge of energy shot up into the sky. A figure imbued with a holy aura slowly descended, revealing itself to be a sanctified angel with 6 wings. She spread her arms and rushed towards Zhou Yi, her hand gently touching his forehead, instantly transforming into a stream of light that entered him, eventually condensing into a golden cross mark. In a moment, Zhou Yi's aura dramatically intensified, and 3 golden silhouettes appeared in the air. This scene completely exceeded the understanding of the other students. Zhou Yi not only caused a celestial phenomenon, but also awakened 3 never-before-seen professions. Even the experienced teachers were wide-eyed in amazement, wondering hidden professions have appeared? These are the Light Priest, the Holy Priest, and the Paladin of Light. Zhou Yi pondered which profession he should choose. The Light Mage is a pure damage-dealing class. Although explosive in damage, it has few survival skills. In a world dominated by other races, it is easily injured. The Priest, while having many survival skills and powerful resurrection abilities, lacks combat strength and heavily depends on teammates. The Paladin, on the other hand, is a versatile class with balanced well. He was to visit the principal's office the next day. When he got home, Zhou Yi examined his attribute panel. After the job change, he had additional unallocated attribute points. He prioritized increasing his strength and then his constitution. With sufficient attack power, he could kill more efficiently. As his attributes increased again, Zhou Yi could feel his body growing significantly stronger. This feeling was exhilarating. Meanwhile, the system's quests were also activated. Complete the daily quests to choose 2 rewards. Decline Reward 1, 10 extra attribute points. Reward 2, Paladin skills. Reward 3, random Paladin equipment. After Zhou Yi accepted the quest, it matched his level, and immediately a beam of light shone down upon him, matching him with a random trial arena of suitable level. Please take this trial seriously, as death in the trial means death in real life. In the blink of an eye, he was teleported to a mine. As he was surveying his surroundings, a monster had already launched a sneak attack from behind. Zhou Yi glanced back and spotted the beast, a creature known as a Gula beast. Not very intelligent, becoming bloodthirsty and violent upon seeing humans. Its attack methods are a thunderous roar, and claws sharp enough to easily slice through stone. Under one strike from the Gula beast, the ground instantly cracked open. Yet Zhou Yi remained completely unfazed by this. Although this was his first direct encounter with a monster, he still wanted to try and defeat it without using any skills. His body, enhanced by improved multi-dimensional attributes, had become much more agile. Following this, the Gula beast attacked again with its claws. Zhou Yi easily dodged it with his nimble movements. Still taunting, he said, "You're really slow." I can even see your moves coming. But the next second he was impaled by the Gula beast's tail, which tore a large hole in his stomach, gushing blood. The Gula beast responded to Zhou Yi's taunts with a sinister laugh. Zhou Yi quickly used the skill slow healing on himself. He had been too overconfident. No matter how much he trained at school, facing a real monster was something different. Even a low-level monster should not be underestimated. Thus Zhou Yi no longer held anything back, and immediately unleashed the Paladin's exclusive skill Blade of Purity. In an instant a beam of golden light rapidly struck the Gula beast. Hit by this, the Gula beast was instantly paralyzed, unable to move. The force drew a cross in the air due to the effect of Blade of Purity. The enemy sustained light-based damage and became rigid, suffering from the light attribute attack. Following that, Zhou Yi rushed in front of the Gula beast and deployed another skill, Tiger Strike. He forcefully smashed it against the wall. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi's hands were filled with light attribute energy. In that instant his fists, heavy with power, furiously descended. In a moment the body of the Gula beast was battered and torn. Zhou Yi successfully completed the trial task. Next he had to choose 2 out of 3 rewards. He received a basic one-handed sword. Meanwhile, in a hospital, Zhou Yi's sister watched a sensational news story on TV that rocked the city. A student during awakening caused a natural phenomenon, becoming the city's first hidden profession in 50 years. He received high attention from the mayor. But just then the TV was suddenly turned off. A head nurse, looking stern, handed her the bill, urging her to pay for the medication. This month's cost is 10,000. Seeing the bill, Zhou Yun's hands trembled. Her brother could only earn 5,000 with 2.5 jobs a month. What about the remaining 5,000? The nurse coldly stated that it was not their problem. This place is not a charity. If the medical bills aren't paid today, they must leave. Just then a hand was placed on her shoulder, interrupting her. Miss Nurse, with such sharp words, I wonder if you could still speak so boldly in the director's office. The nurse glared at the man disdainfully and clenched her teeth. This guy looked like trouble. Not wanting to offend him, she could only turn and leave. Before leaving, she didn't forget to threaten Zhou Yun that the medical fee must be paid today. Zhou Yun looked anxiously at the man who had suddenly appeared. Who are you? Are you here to collect debts? The man gave a friendly smile and handed her a business card, introducing himself as a friend of her brother Zhou Yi. Moments later, Zhou Yi arrived at his sister's hospital room. Xiao Yun, when I was paying just now, the account showed a balance of 10. Do you know what's going on? He looked up and saw 2 people sitting next to his sister. The man introduced himself as Zhao Wenbin, the mayor's secretary. He was here to discuss something important with him. This isn't a good place to talk. Let's go somewhere else. Then the 2 went to a cafe. Zhao Wenbin first congratulated Zhou Yi on awakening an S-class talent, which the mayor took very seriously. He had specifically instructed the media not to disturb him, and had arranged a set of cultivation resources for him. Here is a key to the safety deposit box at the bank where the resources are stored. And from today, a professional medical team will be available 24 hours for Miss Zhou Yun. Additionally, the mayor has contacted a level 36 second-tier priest, who will specially travel to Li River City next month to treat Miss Zhou Yun. Hearing this, Zhou Yi guessed why the mayor was acting this way. It seems he believes Zhou Yi has the potential to become a powerful figure. Thus he is investing without reserve, hoping that one day Zhou Yi could repay him. However, he really hit Zhou Yi's weak spot. So Zhou Yi graciously accepted everything. Smiling lightly, he expressed his thanks. Then he returned to the hospital room. He told his sister everything that had happened to him. The news excited his sister immensely. So brother, you're going to soar high. Later I'll be like an accessory to your legs. Zhou Yi, annoyed, flicked his sister's forehead. Stop talking nonsense. You need to focus on getting better. At that moment, Zhou Yi suddenly remembered his exclusive skill, including a primary healing skill called slow healing. He then thought about trying it on his sister to see how effective it would be. As he placed his hand on Zhou Yun's head, a light instantly surrounded her. Zhou Yun showed a contented expression, feeling as though she was immersed in a warm spring bath. Her body no longer in pain and her hands warmed. Zhou Yi saw this and smiled happily. The reason he chose Paladin, besides considering its strength, was partly due to Zhou Yun's strange illness. After all, Paladin is also a healing class. Although it can't cure Zhou Yun, easing some of her pain is also good. The next day, the principal told Zhou Yi that his phone was about to explode, with dozens of universities offering him special admissions. Today 4 of the top 10 ranked universities had come. These teachers were all over level 35 second-tier professionals. Being specially recruited by them, his future would certainly be at the top. Upon hearing this, Zhou Yi asked if any of the top 3 universities were among them. The principal said that the top 3 universities always rely on the big exams, do not consider talent or profession, and therefore do not arrange special admissions. At this time, representatives from the 4 universities had been waiting for a while. Zhou Yi greeted them respectfully with a 90-degree bow. This first impression made them nod in approval internally. The child was not arrogant despite his hidden class transformation. A promising prospect. A professor from Rongyang University made the first offer. Just come to our school, and we'll give you 2 million plus 3 exclusive Paladin skill books. Upon hearing this, Zhou Yi was very surprised. A normal family earns only about 6,000 yuan a month, and Rongyang University was offering 2 million right off the bat, along with Paladin-specific skill books that ordinary people could not access. Even the mayor hasn't given me resources of this magnitude. However, a professor from Chuanan University scoffed. Rongyang University is as stingy as ever. Zhou Yi, if you join our academy, we will give you 3 million in Paladin skill books for a year. Plus personal lessons from a level 56 third-tier knight. Hearing this, even the principal was surprised. Level 56 is nearly at the pinnacle on Blue Star. Being his disciple would mean limitless potential. Yet a female professor from Han City University dismissed this. You still lack sincerity. Zhou Yi, just join our school, and we can immediately provide you with grade B cultivation resources. Upon hearing this, the principal was so excited his eyes nearly popped out, frantically signaling Zhou Yi to agree. Grade B cultivation resources can't be measured by money. Even a pig could become the strongest beast with such precious resources. Everyone eagerly awaited Zhou Yi's decision, but Zhou Yi's response was unexpected. I'm sorry, professors. I've decided to forego this special admission. Upon hearing this, one of the women sharply questioned his intentions. To this, Zhou Yi firmly stated that he wanted to apply to the top 3 universities. Among the top 10 universities nationwide, the top 3 are Suzhou University, Qingjing University and Modu University. Their status is the most esteemed. Known as the 3 top universities in Zhangxia, they each only recruit 1,000 new students annually, and their admissions are not limited to humans. Elves, giants and other races can also apply to these top universities. Since these races are inherently stronger than humans, and considering Zhangxia's vastness and abundance of talents, gaining admission to these universities is as difficult as reaching the sky. After hearing Zhou Yi's words, a professor from Rongyang University said, I thought you were a promising young man, but you were just a naive youngster. I've reviewed your file, and you've had too many deficits in the past 18 years without quality resources to fill them. Not only is your strength lacking, your attribute values are also low. With your current abilities, it's very difficult to get into the top 3 universities. Even if you do get in, you'll just be at the bottom. Without significant support, this is as far as you'll go in life. As he spoke, his imposing aura washed over Zhou Yi like a tidal wave. If this had been yesterday, Zhou Yi might have already knelt down. Just then the principal stepped in front of Zhou Yi, his own formidable presence suddenly erupting. Professor Zhao, what is this about? Are you trying to bully my student on my turf? The red-haired woman was also stunned by Zhou Yi's demeanor, amazed that he could withstand Zhao Tianfu's pressure for 3 breaths. This young man is indeed extraordinary. She thought. Then they left a few displeased remarks and departed. Recruiting students isn't just about potential but also about character. With such a temperament, even if recruited, he might not achieve greatness. Since Mr. Zhou Yi has grand ambitions, we won't keep him. Although the red-haired woman greatly admired Zhou Yi, she felt that Professor Zhao's words were not without merit. In Zhangxia there are countless geniuses, and there are races born stronger than humans. Gaining admission to the top 3 universities is as difficult as reaching the sky. Yet Zhou Yi smiled confidently. I will prove my strength with my exam results. Wait and see. Zhou Yi's confidence naturally stemmed from the system. With 1 month left until the exam, the system's assistance would surely elevate his abilities to a terrifying level. By then even the top 3 universities would be at his choice. Zhou Yi's confidence made the red-haired woman take a deep, lingering look at him. It's been a long time since I've seen such determined and profound eyes. Staying in comfortable places for too long makes one's thoughts prioritize stability, creating a gap with ambitious young people. Thus she waved her hand, signaling, until we meet again. Eagerly anticipating his performance in the grand exam, time quickly advanced to 1 month later, the day of the grand exam. Everyone anxiously awaited the outcomes. Meanwhile, some discussed Zhou Yi's recent decision. He actually refused the special admission to try for the top 3 elite universities. People thought he was too presumptuous. Even geniuses from the capital can't guarantee admission. What makes him think he can? Relying on his rare hidden class, he's become arrogant. This will surely lead to a big fall. Just then all eyes turned to Zhou Yi as he appeared, radiating a peculiar aura. This feeling made them sense a difference from the Zhou Yi of before. An aura that only the truly strong possess. The grand exam then officially began. This year's assessment location was the deep dark forest, with difficulty levels ranging from easy to nightmare. Team sizes could range from 1 to 5 members. Upon hearing this, the students began to discuss fervently. In previous years the maximum team size for the exam was only 3 members. But this year it was 5, indicating the increased difficulty of the dungeon. It's clear evidence of the heightened challenge this year. The agile cat demons and the tough-skinned minotaurs exemplify the formidable opponents within. The chief examiner sternly reminded everyone to be mindful of their abilities, and to use the return scroll immediately if they encounter lethal danger. Make sure to use the return scroll immediately if you face a life-threatening situation. So it's better to fail the exam than to lose one's life. As the waiting time ended, all the candidates were transported into the instance. Most people chose the difficult level of the instance to team up, forming teams, but Zhou Yi alone chose the highest, the nightmare level. Although going solo meant keeping all the experience and potentially scoring higher, it also increased the risk of death. Only those from the elite classes dared to do so. Zhou Yi's choice even made Director Zhou from the Education Bureau slam his hand on the table and question the principal nearby. Paladins have strong support abilities, and they are an ace in any team. Why would Zhou Yi go into an instance alone and choose the nightmare difficulty with a 40% mortality rate? Keep in mind that the city has given Zhou Yi a lot this month. If he were to fall in the instance, it would cause immense damage to the reputation of the Li River city government. Seeing this, the principal could only quickly try to reassure Director Zhou. Zhou Yi is not one to act recklessly. He must have a strong backing if he dares to do this. Meanwhile, in the instance, Zhou Yi was already being targeted by numerous cat demons. His gaze hardened as he pulled out a single-handed axe. The next moment the cat demon's attack was upon him. Zhou Yi forcefully swung his axe, cleaving downward. He split a cat demon into two halves right there. In this past month, although he had only reached level 10, his average attribute levels had already reached a monstrous level, equivalent to a level 13 professional. In all of Suzhou province he could rank among the top contenders. His ferocious strike made the cat demons hesitate to move rashly again. Seeing this, Zhou Yi decided to take the offensive. He then activated the skill weapon blessing. The power of the axe was greatly enhanced in an instant. A mere light sweep bisected another cat demon at the waist. The effect was comparable to a bronze 5-star weapon. It's important to note that the Grand Exam dungeon restricted the use of weapons to 3 stars and below. Yet his enhancement was this formidable. Along with the compensation on attributes, it was enough to create a huge gap between Zhou Yi and the others. Just then a cat demon behind him swung its claws towards him. Zhou Yi quickly turned around and unleashed several blades of purity. The powerful light magic instantly killed the cat demon. Immediately afterward he grabbed a severed hand of the cat demon, infused it with the power of light, and hurled it at a distant cat demon. Carrying tremendous force, it pinned the demon to a tree. Zhou Yi's overwhelming performance elicited exclamations from the underclassmen. He is truly mighty and imposing. That axe looks very heavy, but he handles it as if it's a toy. Could it be that he has allocated all his attribute points to strength? But soon a teacher noticed something crucial. Upon closer observation, Zhou Yi's speed was even faster than the cat demon's. Not only his speed but his spellcasting is also very fast. And his magical power is formidable. This indicates that his intelligence attribute is definitely not low. The angle of his axe swings, the control of attack distance and the strength are all excellent. He is simply a combat genius. But Director Zhou felt that Zhou Yi's approach was too reckless. Although he has a strong combat sense, to waste so much energy on just the first wave of cat demons is risky, considering the Nightmare Dungeon isn't just about strong monsters, but also the vast number of them. Even the best mages might fail due to running out of mana. Moreover, the weight of the battle axe itself is a huge burden. You might not feel it after swinging it a couple of times. But what about after 100 swings? And then he won't even have the strength to hold the battle axe, and will ultimately be torn to shreds by the cat demons. And just as Director Zhou had predicted, a larger wave of cat demons swarmed towards Zhou Yi. Looking at their numbers, there seemed to be at least 100. Zhou Yi swung his battle axe, fiercely smashing the incoming cat demons. He then leapt up, releasing a blade of pure white from his hand, slicing through another group of cat demons in front of him. With his relentless combat, the cat demons were quickly cleared. Afterward, a portal appeared in front of him, which was the entrance to the next level.